It's the final event of the season, featuring 100 of the best bass fishing teams in the region vying for their share of the $130,000 purse. This is the 2014 Texas Team Trail Championship, presented by Cabela's. Season number 3 of the Texas Team Trail, presented by Cabela's, kicked off on Sam Rayburn. Russell Cecil and Todd Castledine have been one of the most dominant teams on the trail, and they continue their winning pattern.
35-14, that ought to do it today, guys.
Event number 2 launched on Ray Roberts in March, and this Metroplex area big bass factory proved itself once again. At the end of the day, it was Parker Smelly and Brandon Hollingshead standing on top. Lake Texoma was stop number 3, and the anglers faced a few challenges, including high winds and low water. Eric Wright and Jeremy Sims dominated this event, beating out second place by more than 4.5 pounds with this sack of Texoma giants.
Water with 27.96. Congratulations.
The final stop of the regular season took off from Waterfront Lodge on Lake Livingston, a shallow water fishery just north of Houston. And the day belonged to 2 Texas bass fishing legends, Kevin Mason and Randy Dearman.
1993, Randy. Great job.
And now, with the regular season behind them, 100 of the best bass fishing teams in the state have qualified for one last event. The 2014 Texas Team Trail Championship, presented by Cabela's. Toledo Bend Reservoir, 181,000 acres, and one of the most consistent tournament lakes in the history of the sport.
This is it. This is a championship. We're at Toledo Bend. It's in June, and this is the time when them post spawners group up, and hopefully we catch a bunch.
It's fishing really big right now. Anything you want to do, there's fishing all stages. With the cold winter, they're really behind. Usually in June, it's deep structure, deep structure, deep structure. But right now, you can catch fish flipping shore grass in 3-4 feet of water.
Big Bass Marina was the launch site for this 2-day event, where anglers are vying for their share of the nearly $90,000 purse. Looking at the Cabela's conditions log, temperatures are forecasted to climb into the mid-90s, with water temps ranging in the low to mid-80s. Up for grabs this weekend is the 2014 Lucas Oil Team of the Year Award. Russell Cecil and Todd Castledine are leading the charge, but a conflict of tournaments may keep the points leaders from a shot at the title.
Todd is out of town in Alabama fishing another event, and the rules are you cannot have an alternate on the championship. So Russell is right now, it's Friday afternoon, it's about 5:30 right now. Russell's sitting waiting to see if Todd's going to make the top 10 in Alabama. And if he does make the top 10, then Russell's not going to be able to fish tomorrow.
I heard that Todd Castledine might have made the cut at the All-American, so that'll mean that he and Russell Cecil won't be able to fish this coming weekend.
And with that news confirmed, Stephen Johnston and Dickie Newberry assume the lead in the race for the Lucas Oil Team of the Year. And that's where we'll begin tournament coverage.
No, I'm just pumped and excited. This is where you're in a football game, you're putting on your shoulder pads, you're running through the tunnel, and you're coming out and you're ready to hit somebody. Well, that's what I'm ready. I wouldn't want to be the first fish to bite my hook tomorrow.
While Newberry and Johnston make the run to their first spot, we'll check in with Alton Jones Jr. and Brian Bauer, another team in contention for Team of the Year. Jones and Bauer are fishing crankbaits, keying on the edge of grass lines, and it's paid off early. That's fish number 1.
We're not on any big schools, but I think we have a pretty good pattern to where we can pull up to 8, 9, 10 spots that we found and maybe catch 1 or 2. We got one pretty good spot that we think some big fish are on. So we're going to go out, fish hard, and fish the edge of the grass line and flip and throw a big crankbait.
3 more like that and 2 about twice that size and we'll be good to go. Right there. Another pretty nice one. Which way you want to go with it? Okay. Ooh, these fish are crazy today.
The Texas Team Trail, presented by Cabela's, is registering for the 2015 season. You can find rules and registration online at texasteamtrail.com. You can also find us on Facebook. Give us a like and keep up to date with the latest news and information.
Fish on! Come on, get together.
Evinrude E-Tech has been outperforming 4-stroke engines for years. But what about the latest 150 4-strokes that claim to deliver 2-stroke-like torque? See the proof for yourself. Get your free DVD now and watch how the 2-stroke Evinrude E-Tech 150 outpulls and out-accelerates the 4-stroke competition. See how it wins when it comes to maintenance, ease of winterization, and more. Evinrude E-Tech is the true champion. Go to evinrude150challenge.com and get your free DVD now.
Total performance. Nowhere could it be more defined than in the Ranger Z series. With unparalleled advancements, these rigs are driven to dominate. Coupled with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and up to 500 hours with no dealer schedule maintenance, they're the ultimate fishing machines. The legendary leadership of the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series. It's the kind of feeling nothing else can touch. Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.
The distances aren't getting shorter. The trucks are going farther. The 2013 Ram 1500 with best-in-class fuel economy. Engineered to move heaven and earth. Guts, glory, Ram. The new Ram 1500. Motor Trend's 2013 Truck of the Year.
The Texas Team Trail, presented by Cabela's, is brought to you by Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitters. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. And by Lucas Marine Products. It works. Welcome back to Day 1 coverage of the 2014 Texas Team Trail Championships from Toledo Bend Reservoir.
This lake has got everything. It's got shallow fish, it's got deep fish, it's got humps, it's got trees, it's got grass, which most of the lakes don't.
This place, you know, I've been here for a long time and it's just unbelievable. It's so massive. For one thing, really Toledo Bend is like 3 lakes into one. You have a north end that's solid timber, no grass, stained water. Then you have a mid lake, which is, you know, like Lake 2. You've got timber, you got clear water, you got some grass. Then you got the south end, which is crystal clear water, grass everywhere, and timber. So there's so many different ways to fish here. You can fish from, there'll be guys throwing frogs and there'll be guys throwing crankbaits and jigs out in 30 foot. What you're looking for is when that jig goes down in that grass, you want that line to jump.
Johnston and Newberry are keen on shallow vegetation, flipping heavy jigs into the thick grass. With this pattern, you're not going to get a lot of bites, but the ones you do get will count. Most of the time.
Oh, no! Damn, man. Catfish. You gotta be... Ah, that's how it's been today, right there.
Moving on, we'll catch up with Seth Kelm and Butch Huey. They're also fishing shallow along the tapered edges of a big point. They've got 3 in the live well, and if it keeps, Butch is working on number 4. And that fish gives us the Ion Camera catch of the day. Butch set the hook and Seth makes the scoop. By mid-morning, they've got 4 in the live well. For more information on how you can join the shoot and share revolution with the Ion Air Pro, look them up at ioncamera.com.
One more, Butch. Good job, buddy.
We'll look in on Seth and Butch later, but for now, Daryl Gleason and Mike Curry are on the move.
What are you looking for here?
Trying to find the edge of the drop-off. I'm gonna drop me a marker buoy here, just as a reference point. There it is right there. It drops off from about 18 to 25. I like to put a marker buoy on it. It just kind of helps us set up our cast because there's a really steep ditch here. Like right now, it's 35 foot of water. It just helps have a reference where you keep more cast in there in the juice where the fish are actually at. I'm trying to find out if they just moved here. Probably if they're not up on the point, they're not feeding, so we'll probably have to just leave. It don't do a lot of good to try to find them because if they're not up here feeding, they're probably out here in this little ditch, suspended. If that's where they're at, we'll just have to hit them again later. The other day when I found them here, it was like 11 o'clock in the day, so. They'll feed at some point. It's just a matter of being here when they do.
Some days, tournament fishing can be a game of patience and perseverance. We'll check back in with Stephen Johnston and Dickie Newberry.
We need 3 3-pounders, and that'll keep us in the hunt for tomorrow.
Three, 4s would be better. Good fish. Good fish. I thought it was better than that. It had too much grass on him. A little bit better fish. Need 5 of them, or 4 of them and a kicker.
Back on Seth Kelm and Butch Huey. Butch is hooked up again, and this might be number 5.
No, good one, good one, good one. That's number 5.
We're shooting for 20 pounds. I think that fish put us at about 18 pounds. So, yes, the pressure's off, but we'd really like going in today with 20 plus.
Stay with us. We've got more tournament coverage coming up from the Texas Team Trail, presented by Cabela's.
Introducing the most advanced, efficient predator on the water today, Triton's new XS series. Stalk your prey with hot new features like a solid-state fuseless stash with push-button start and support for 10-inch depth finders, and new bow control with support for 8-inch depth finders. Prowl the deep with our most advanced drivability, maximum comfort, and an incredible hole shot. The new XS by Triton.
The Alaskan Series Cooler Packs by Arctic Ice. Specifically designed to keep your food and drinks cold all day long without having to use ice and end up with a soggy lunch. The Alaskan Series by Arctic Ice. Bitterly cold.
Call me a fool for searching. Nessie doesn't want to be found. But I've got the new Garmin Combo with the clearest scanning sonar images on the water. I can see Nessie's home and all the wee fish in crisp detail. I mean, look at it, look. It's her. You are real. You do exist.
There are two kinds of people who fish. Those who simply fish and those who fish like pros. To tell them apart, just look at their engines. Pros choose Mercury because nothing beats a Mercury Pro XS when it comes to hole shot, acceleration, top speed, and reliability. And no one beats a Mercury dealer when it comes to service and support. Mercury Pro XS, the top choice of pros and those who fish like a pro. It's good to have Mercury behind you.
The Arctic Ice Tundra Series, capable of keeping your food frozen all day long. The Tundra Series is a portable, safe, and reusable alternative ideally suited to replace dry ice. Keep your food as frozen as the Tundra with the Tundra Series from Arctic Ice.
The Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's is brought to you in part by Stratus Boats, Step Up or Step Back, by Garmin International and the Power of Simple, and by Ram Trucks. Welcome back to tournament coverage from day one of the 2014 Texas Team Trail Championship from Toledo Bend Reservoir. Registration for the 2015 season is open. Visit TexasTeamTrail.com for tournament information. Getting back to tournament coverage, we'll catch up with Gerald Poberl and Darren Sebek. They've struggled to find quality fish this morning, but with plenty of time on the clock, they're sticking with their game plan.
How about a little update?
Got 4. None of them we like. We got to cull every one of them. Tough day. Not over with yet though. We got to catch 5. We're going to go try to catch some big ones later on. Like hopefully the big bite will start happening after a while.
Brian Bauer and Alton Jones Jr. started the day one spot behind Johnston and Newberry in the Lucas Oil Team of the Year race. They managed to pick up 2 good fish early. By midday, they're sitting on a small limit.
We've had a pretty strong year so far. I'm really happy with it. The championship, anything can happen. All it takes is one slip up and, the leaderboard will change a lot. So it'd mean a lot to, be able to finish up there in Team of the Year. It's just consistency is a big deal in the sports.
Daryl Gleason and Mike Curry are on a school of fish.
What we're doing now, I have 2 different angles I catch them on. We'll try one way for a little while. And I don't know if it's because of the way they're fishing or the facing or the way the shad are, but we'll fish one way for a little while. If they slow down, we'll spin around, and it seems like every time we do that, we'll get 2 or 3 more bites. But we're basically catching them out of the same spot. We go from dragging shallow to deep, and then from deep up to shallow.
Dragging soft plastics in 20 feet of water, Mike has another hookup.
Let's see if we got home field advantage. If it's a spotted bass, I'm gonna say no. Okay.
Well, I don't even know what to say no more.
I don't get excited till he gets on his knees, then we know.
He's a keeper.
Yeah. Let's slide him in the net. Which way you want?
I'll come right here to you.
Okay. Take your time. Come on.
Dang. I might should double set that hook next time.
I think you ought to throw that rod in the water and get a stiffer rod.
Nah. It's the first one I lost, man. Come on.
With time running out, the first wave of boats will soon be heading back to weigh-in. We've still got camera crews on the water, and we'll check back in with Gerald Poberl and Darren Sebek.
There he is.
Yep.
He's a keeper. All he is. If he keeps even. I don't think he'll even keep. At the front, I'm measuring.
Is that a 5?
I don't know if he'll keep even.
Huh?
I don't even think he'll keep. Ah, come on. I'll be dang.
14.
He's got to go.
You just take a ride.
That's number 5 for Sebek and Poberl. And with time running out, we'll wrap up day 1 coverage with Dickie Newberry and Stephen Johnston.
It's 2:20, and man, we've stayed in the grass all day long, just our game plan, and it just hadn't worked out. We got 2 decent fish there and 2 little babies. We got 4 keepers, so we got like 5 minutes left. We're gonna run out here on the deep ridge and crank and see what we can do. I mean, God, man, it's what we've wanted all year. We just hadn't got the bite. So I mean, it's fishing. That's why you're still fighting Mother Nature every day. So we'll see what we can do.
Coming up, we'll head to weigh-in and wrap up day 1 from the Texas Team Trail Championship on Toledo Bend Reservoir. The Texas Team Trail would like to thank the network of Texas boat dealers that help support Texas fishing.
When you're out on the water, every morning is different. Every day, different. That's what keeps pulling us back, again and again. Fishing is a simple pleasure, really. And when your line tightens and your rod bends, it doesn't matter if you're a 6-year-old or a tournament pro. That buzz of excitement hits us all the same way. It's the moment we live for. Lowrance invented the fish finder, and we keep on innovating. We share our passion for fishing by giving you the performance you want.
With a great history in drag racing, and now into the marine market, Lucas is proud to offer an ethanol treatment for a wide range of boat motors on the market today. Lucas Safeguard Ethanol Fuel Conditioner with stabilizers was developed to specifically address issues associated with using ethanol-based fuels. Increase your mileage and performance with Lucas Oil High Performance products. Learn more at lucasoil.com.
Scott Martin here at Power Pole Headquarters, where every shallow water anchor comes with drive-off protection. What's up, Z?
Oh, hey, Scott.
How have they perfected the science of drive-off protection? Come on, I'll show you. Power Pole, where drive-off protection comes standard, because it's easy to forget stuff when the fishing's good.
Introducing Velo, short for velocity. Born to drive 150 horses, faster than ever before. Its physique makes Velo more fishable, gear more accessible, prey more vulnerable. Velo from Stratos.
For years, they've quietly taken you where the fish are. But now the silence is about to break. With the incredible new iPilot Link, your Minn Kota and Humminbird can communicate with each other, so you can hold on a spot like an electronic anchor. Record and return to waypoints and paths. Follow any LakeMaster depth contour, and more, all automatically and all from your Humminbird or the Link remote. They talk, and you'll be speechless.
The Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's is brought to you in part by Triton BOATS. We take America fishing. Evinrude. Spend more time on the water. And by Arctic Ice. Rugged and reusable cooler packs. Welcome back to Toledo Bend Reservoir and tournament coverage from day one of the 2014 Texas Team Trail Championships, presented by Cabela's. Alton Jones Jr. and Brian Bowers started the day inside the top 5 in the point standing for the Lucas Oil Team of the Year race. And now they're heading to the scales with tournament director Mike Hastings.
5 bass, it looks like we do have a fish care deduction of half a pound. 1338 is the gross weight before the deduction. And it's going to net out at 1288.
Okay, Ben Matsubu and Alan Fitz with a 5 bass limit. Going to give you the total weight. Looks like they got mad at him and caught a big sack today. 2226. Come on up here, Harold. All right, this is Harold Moore and Vincent Neal with a 5 bass limit. We'll give you the total weight first, and then we're going to weigh a big bass. The total weight is 2416. Let's pull the whole bag out, grab that biggest bass, and let's get a big bass weight for you. Looky here, folks. Go ahead, set that big old fish in there. I'll add the bag to it. Here's your big bass weight. New big bass leader at 761. Great job, Harold. Okay, Shelby Shaw and Shane Gibson with 5. Go ahead and set them in here. Try not to break the scales. We're going to weigh a big bass, but we're going to give you the total weight first. Total weight, 2506. Okay, let's pull the whole bag out. Oh yeah, this ought to do it. Looks like we're going to have a new big bass leader. Set him in there, Shane. Let's add the bag to it. Oh yeah, new big bass, 810, 8.10. Great job, Shane. All right, we got Tim Renault and Phil Marks. They are getting ready to set the mark really high, folks. Tim, drop them in there. Total weight for today, how about this? 3118 today. Wow, what a great start.
At the end of day one, Phil Marks and Tim Renault have a 6-pound lead over the second-place team of Shelby Shaw and Shane Gibson.
We actually had spots where we caught like 5-pounders that we didn't even fish. I mean, we were on them pretty good.
Looking at the Lucas Oil Team of the Year leaderboard, until points totals are finalized at the end of day 2, these standings are unofficial. But after a tough day of fishing, Johnston and Newberry managed to maintain a slim lead over the rest of the field. But Phil Marks and Tim Renault have climbed into the number 2 position with 1 day of fishing left to go. Join us next week for the second and final day of competition from Toledo Bend and the 2014 Texas Team Trail Championship, presented by Cabela's. For schedules and registration, look us up online at texasteamtrail.com. The Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's is a Careco TV production.